So the Reverse Retro 2.0 jerseys were just officially revealed today, and I'm going to give you my initial thoughts of kind of what I think based on a ranking that I'm going to do. So from the worst to the best, what do I think? And my opinions changed. This is kind of my initial thoughts, like just seeing them for the first time. Most of them, again, I tried to avoid the leaks as best as I could, but I did see Vancouver. I did see the Islanders. I might have seen a few others, but I saw St. Louis as well. Some of them I kind of knew what they were doing, but I didn't actually see what they did. I didn't see the actual leak. So, like an example would be Boston. I kind of knew they were going to do the bear, the Paddington, whatever. And I kind of knew what Calgary was going to do as well with their choice of what they were going back to, but I didn't know what the actual jerseys would look like. So some of them I'm not exactly seeing for the first time, but most of them I have seen for the first time today, and I didn't really know what they were doing, and I love some of them. I love most of them. Most of them are super good. There's some at the bottom that I'm kind of like, okay, yeah. And the very last one is really the only one I dislike completely. Uh, yeah, I'm just not a fan at all. I'm just kind of like, what? Why would they do that? So, number 32 is the Carolina Hurricanes. First of all, I'm really not a fan at all of when they put nicknames on there that are shortened. So, like, an example would be when the Bolts do the Bolts, right? The Lightning do the Bolts. It's like, Canes, I do not like that at all. Plus, this is based off a jersey from 2019. It's not really retro, right? Like 2019, it's before the pandemic, but is it really that much of a difference in age? Like it's not that long ago at all. Like no. But anyway, I like the colors of this jersey. The colors are good. If they had a different logo, it would be good. Even if they had the two flags and that wasn't even really a retro jersey and they had the two flags, it still looked better. But ultimately, I think the best they could have done would probably have this with the circle hurricane. I know people don't like that logo, but I do like it quite a bit. I know that apparently the management there, the ownership, they don't like that logo, and that's why we're getting this. But no, I just I don't like it. I don't like that it says Canes. That ruins it for me. And so even though I like the colors, I like the shoulder patch. I think that's awesome. Uh, I don't like the front of it at all. I don't like the Canes logo. I just think it's so bad. So that's why they're at 32. Now at 31, this is going to be probably something that you think, what is he thinking? Like, maybe you're already thinking that. Maybe you like this Canes thing. But number 31, I think maybe I'll take the most heat for. But I love the jersey of number 31, except for one thing. And one thing just makes it stand out just so much in my eyes. It's like I see it, and now I can't unsee it. So at 31, I love the jersey. Originally, I had it at 3, actually, before I saw this thing. And that's well, 2019. And that's Calgary.
What did he say?
I love it in so many ways. So many ways. Again, it was at number 3. The logo looks awesome. Love those things. I love that they threw it back to when they had that diagonal thing. But look at the middle. Look at the middle of the torso. That line there. Oh, does that ever bother me? It just makes it look like a hoodie. Why did they have to have that on there? Like, could they not have made the jersey a different way so it wouldn't have that line in the middle? And maybe they'll get rid of it. I don't know. Maybe this is just the initial thing, but it looks so bad. It looks so bad, that middle line. I just think it looks so, so bad. Like the line between the top of that diagonal stripe and the logo itself. There's that little line there, and it just, oh man. It's just like, why is that there? It bugs me a lot. I'm going to change. Number 30. Number 30, I have the Philadelphia Flyers. And to this, all I can say is,
I mean, it's alright, like.
yeah. So it's a bit of a meh jersey. It's yeah. Again, it's all right, right? It's all right. It's okay, but it's not amazing. I like seeing that orange though in the NHL logo on the collar. Just that's such a throwback to the old NHL logo. I just think that's cool. But for the most part, like this is, yeah, it's all right. It's okay. It doesn't seem like much though, but yeah, it's all right. 29, I have Vegas. Again, nice enough jersey, but more just getting me to say it's all right. It's all right. The Vegas across there, it's okay, right? Like it would have been better with a different logo. Yeah, it would have certainly been better with a different logo. But, it's okay still. It's all right. They can do what they want, right? Oh. Uh, Sometimes I wish they couldn't. But yeah, no, this is fine. It could have been better for sure, but it's fine. And Vegas has their own text jersey, and I don't mind it much. I don't mind it much. Again, it's not a shortened nickname, so yeah, like man, those shortened nicknames jerseys, like Bolts, Sens, worst thing ever. Sens was the worst. I think that might be my least favorite jersey ever now. Like I have an old video on here ranking my least favorite jerseys. I think Sens is probably my absolute least favorite right now. That old Sens jersey, just brutal, brutal. Anyway, moving on. 28. I have Minnesota just because it's kind of underwhelming that they did this. It's a good looking jersey, but it feels underwhelming seeing this. It really does because it's basically just the home version of what they did in their last reverse retro. They just made it into a home jersey. So yeah, of course, yeah, it's a throwback to the North Stars. That's awesome. But we seen this before, and so even though I'm basing this off of how it looks, how I think it's gone down in my eyes because I've seen it before. It's like, yeah, this is not really anything that new. Like it's technically it is, but not really. Not really. It doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel different. And I kind of have a similar vibe with that sort of thing when I look at number 27, which is Buffalo, which love that logo. Of course, I'll always be saying it maybe shouldn't ever be their main logo again because, it doesn't really do with the team name, the Sabres. Like, it's just a Buffalo. It's the city name, yeah. But, yeah, I know. It's the Buffalo Sabres. There's a buffalo in their normal logo, and there's Sabres. But there are Sabres. There are Sabres still in their main logo now. So, but I do love that logo. I always thought it looked really good. But for me, what brings it down is the colors. Like, I'm not as big of a fan of those colors. I think it would be amazing if this was in red and black, like it used to be when they first came out with it. That would be awesome. That would be so good, and I would rank it way higher. But as it is like this, it's good. Love that logo. Love that it's back. But the colors, to me, kind of drag it down a bit. Number 26, I have the Islanders. I'm not a big fan of the Fisherman logo, but the jersey itself, it looks really good. Their old reverse retro, I think, looked a lot better, even though it was a lot more lazy when it came to like actually being a part of the program of reverse retro and doing a reverse retro. The last reverse retro that the Islanders did, as amazing as it looked, and it looks, they should bring that as their home jersey. They really should. That old reverse retro that they had, oh my goodness, they should please make that your main home jersey. Oh, that needs to happen because it looks so good. As much as people ranked it way at the bottom because they didn't seem to really do anything different, it still looks so good. It was such a good looking jersey. This is good, but I'm just not a big fan of the Islanders Fisherman logo, which a lot of people are nowadays, right? They seem to remember it fondly. Back in the day, that was not beloved at all. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the logo that much personally. That's why it ranks lower here on my list. But the jersey itself, it looks good. It's all right. Yeah. Number 25, I have Seattle, the Kraken. Yeah, it's all right. It's good enough to be at number 25. It's got some good colors, and yeah, yeah. I don't know what else really to say about it. It's just kind of it's all right. You know, it's good. It's good. And then from here on out, so maybe not here on out, but after this, so from 24 on, are jerseys that I just really, really, really like. I like all of the top 24 quite a bit. I think they all look quite good. Um, so yeah, let's go into it. Detroit. I love this. I think this looks really good. And I know it just says Detroit. I know there's not as much that Detroit can do. We saw the last reverse retro that they really kind of didn't do a very good, nice looking jersey. It was kind of boring. And maybe this could be considered boring by some, but I think it looks really good. I love this. I think it's awesome. And of course, it's a throwback to, the old jersey. I forget if it was the Falcons or the Cougars, but way back then. And then they wore kind of I think it was the 75th anniversary of the NHL. They wore a jersey like this, only it was red stripes with a white background, which is good, but this looks so much better than that. I love how they use the black. I love how they use the red. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome jersey. Just looks so good. I love the depth of the stripes and the numbers on the back. I just think the whole thing looks good. I'm actually really excited to see this in action. I really am. I think it'll be awesome. So yeah, at 23, almost the same jersey, a little different, but Chicago, very similar, definitely. And again, yeah, it's probably lower down because it just says Chicago across there. But I still love it. I think it looks really good still. And again, they're a team that's done like everything under the sun. It's kind of like, what else can they do? A little different than Detroit because Detroit mostly just hasn't had very many variations of their jerseys over the years. Again, there's like that Detroit text, and then there's the big wheel with the little wing and like that. But mostly Detroit's had the same thing over the years. Chicago hasn't had that as much as Detroit, but Chicago's just been in so many different things and events that they've used up basically everything. They've been in so many winter classics and all those things. Like, they don't have much design choices to go to. But I like what they did here. It's good enough. Again, I really like the jersey. It's lower down because it just says Chicago, but still, love it. I think it's better than a lot of the other ones we saw. And so, yeah, this is good on me. I like it. And I also never looked at the reaction much to this. Like, I'm guessing, like, if I just had to guess what would be a lower down on most people's lists and what they reacted more negatively to, I would imagine this would probably be lower down. Actually, I did see this earlier on too. This is one of them that I saw leaked early too, this exact jersey. But I think it's nice. I think it's very nice. But what I was going to say is I haven't really looked at the reaction to these jerseys, so I'm trying not to be influenced too much by people's reactions before I do this initial list. So, but I just got to say, I don't know if I would be that swayed by people's opinions, but sometimes you are, just even subconsciously, But again, love it. Love it. I think this is so good. I think it's so good. I love it. 22, I have Nashville. Love it. Love that they went back to this. But it could be better. Absolutely. And I think most people would agree that this would be way better if the blue was the main background color. The main color was that blue, and then the yellow was maybe on the bottom stripe and the two lower sleeve stripes. I think that would be much better. So I feel like Nashville, again, they need more blue jerseys. I love that they have gold jerseys, sure. But it seems like that's what they always do. Like, they always make it gold, no matter what. They always make the base color gold. They just love it. They just love it. They're like, I don't want to go back to blue. I love those blue checker jerseys that they used to have. Those were awesome. That kind of blue would be awesome. Even that blue that they have would be awesome as the background color. So yeah, this is less mustardy than last time though. So it definitely is an upgrade on their jersey that they're basing this off of, for sure. Even though that logo still looks a little bit, I don't even know. It looks a little odd anyway. But yeah, I still think this jersey is good, but it could have been better. But it's still good enough to be at 22 for sure. I love it. 21, I have Columbus, looking looking better than normal because I think one of my least favorite jerseys in the entire league are the Columbus jerseys that they have as their home jersey right now. I just do not like their home jerseys at all. I don't really like that logo very much. I think their home jerseys and the away jerseys they should both be the Cannon logo, and their Cannon jersey itself looks really good with that off-white and all that. Good jerseys, but this jersey looks good. I think it's a lot better than their home jersey. I remember when the one they're basing it off of came out, and I quite liked it because it was different. I don't know if it was 2003 or 2004, something like that. Anyway, but I thought it was good. I thought it was good, and so it's nice to see them go back to this. There's not much that Columbus can even do for retro, but I think this is good. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the blue, the color of blue. That's the sleeves and the collar and the bottom stripe. I like it, and so yeah, it's actually quite good. As much as I dislike that logo, and as much as I dislike the jerseys that they have now that kind of came from this original one that it's based off of, I like this. I do. I have it high enough, 21. So yeah, 20. I have the Sharks, and now it kind of seems boring in some ways, especially the front, the way it says Sharks, just like it used to say Seals. But I just have this so high up, or it's not actually that high up yet, but I have it a lot higher than the others because of the colors. I love the colors. I just think the colors look so good. I'm excited to see this on the ice. I just think of how like their reverse retro program might actually work to draw in new viewers, because I think I'll probably be watching a lot more games, or tuning into a lot more games, at least for a little bit, just to see when these teams are playing with the reverse retros, to see how they actually look on the ice. Because again, the lighting here, it doesn't matter so much for this jersey, I don't think, but some other jerseys, the lighting is definitely darker where they take the shots with the models, so it'll look different on the ice. But you know what, like, I think this looks good. I think the colors are so good. And again, the Sharks are not at fault for the boring front at all. That's the Seals. That's what they did. So I just love that the Sharks went back to this, but I love the colors. I do love the colors, and I'm excited to see the colors on the ice very much. 19, I have Toronto, and this is kind of where it comes in, where it's just like, I'm not basing this on the fact that like the reverse retro program or what they did. And is there much the Leafs could do? Maybe not. The Leafs are also a team that have done a lot of different jerseys over the time. They could have maybe done a St. Pat's jersey if they hadn't used it so much already, and done a reverse retro of the St. Pat's, which would probably not be that much anyway. It would just be green and white, and then green and white. So maybe they couldn't reverse it that well. But anyway, I think that this is just a good-looking jersey. So even though it might not be, the best reverse retro 2.0 in terms of following reverse retro, which maybe it did. I'm not actually sure. I didn't go up and look this up. I think it's a good-looking jersey, and so I have it here at 19. Very good. I like it. It looks like there's felt on there. I don't know if it's felt, but it looks like it's felt. I think that's cool. That's cool, right? Looks cool. Looks like it'll feel cool, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's still like a good looking jersey. That's the very best Toronto Maple Leafs logo, for sure. And maybe they could have thrown back to their old logo with the more, I don't even know what to call it, the more like, what do you even call it? I don't know. Uh, like, what do you like? It's not more square because it's still the shape of a leaf. It's not the shape of a square, but basically the old Matt Sundin, Wendell Clark kind of logo. I think this logo is way better, and so I like it on here. It's a good looking jersey. That's why I have it at 19th, even though it might not be the best reverse retro. 18th, Ottawa. Look at this. Look at this. I love that they brought back that curved stripe. I love seeing those old numbers, those just giant numbers. They're just giant. I love that. I think that's so cool. They brought back the 3D kind of logo-ish logo. It's not as 3D as the other logo, but it's still, 3D, right? I think this looks so good. I do. I love what they did here. I think the Ottawa Senators, Oh, I didn't notice at the very bottom on the logo, just on the actual graphic, not on the jersey. It says LNH. That's cool. They did the French one. But anyway, aside from that, great jersey. Love it. Love seeing this so much. And yeah, I think Ottawa did so good with this. It's not one of my top tier favorites, but I think that they did a very, very good job still, and I think it looks very nice. 17, I have St. Louis. I love how kind of like wacky and crazy this almost seems like. I couldn't find a good picture of the back, so sorry for that. But yeah, you can kind of see what it would look like anyway, because the front's there. But yeah, I think this looks so good. I just like it. It's very different, very cartoony almost, but I like it. I think it's good. I have it here at 17th. Good for me. Halfway point at 16, I have Dallas. Looks great. Love this. Love how this looks. This is, of course, their first year as Dallas Stars, so they have the shoulder patches, or it's based off of their first year as Dallas Stars. They have their shoulder patches that are Dallas. They're pointing to Dallas in Texas, and they don't have the Dallas over the Stars quite yet. But oh man, did they ever do a way better job than last time on this jersey? Just looks so much better, and the numbers look great. I just think it looks all around just so good. I think they did way better this time with their reverse retro. So yeah, excited to see this on the ice. And honestly, I feel like this would be better than their normal home and away jerseys that they have now. This would be better as a home jersey, right? Maybe if they made it a home jersey, maybe not as sparkly on the front logo, but yeah, that's maybe one thing that I'm not as big of a fan of with this jersey is this time with the sparkly logo. I just don't know if it fits as well, but that's a nitpick and not as much of a nitpick as the Calgary Flames jersey maybe, but I just do not like what they did with that middle line in the Calgary Flames jersey. I just think that's so bad. But anyway, yeah, good jersey, and like what they did, and think they did way better this time around on the Reverse Retro 2.0. So 15th, I have Colorado, and yeah, just like it. I just think this looks good, based off of kind of the Colorado Rockies. It looks. I feel like there's. I don't know. Just looking at this, and maybe it's the lighting again, like because their picture is taken in maybe a darker place. But the blue, just I don't know. To me, it seems like it's darker than the Rockies were. But I mean, that's not a nitpick at all. Like I think it looks really good. I wonder what that other blue looked like without looking at it immediately. But yeah, great jersey. Looks really good. And yeah, absolutely love it. I think it looks good. Maybe they could have done a little bit more than just the sea, but maybe they could have put the mountain on there. But I don't know. Yeah, that's still really good. 14th, I have the Ducks. Great choice. I just think it's awesome. I think that they should go back to that logo for good, but maybe even use this jersey if they like the orange and gold and black and like I think that they could just use this full time. Just use it. I just love that logo. Just keep that logo, right? But yeah, obviously great jersey, looks awesome, and yeah, love it. Good job for the Ducks. 13, I have the Bruins. I just like that they went back to it. I never minded the kind of like Paddington, like chill out, I'm not very aggressive bear look. Yeah, I always thought it was kind of a cool jersey, and nice to see them do it again and have those really weird stripes. Okay, this one didn't ruin the jersey as much for me as the Flames one did. But I definitely am not a fan of that line that is by the stripe there either. I just think that's like, oh, like, do they need that? Do they really need that? Do they really have to do that to make the jersey? I don't know. But yeah, it's not as egregious as the Flames one, I don't think. The Flames one really bothers me. But this one's all right. It's not great, but it's fine. But I love the stripes. I love the actual stripes and just how weird they are. I know they did that last time as well, but like in their original Paddington jersey. But yeah, I like it. I think it's awesome. So yeah, good job Bruins. Great reverse retro. exactly what it is, a reverse retro. Awesome. In 12th, I have the Kings. I think this jersey looks really good. Cool to see them do a white one, and cool to see them throw it back to kind of the Marcel Dion era. So yeah, I like it. I think it's good. Purple and yellow. Good to see that again, and so it'll be nice seeing that on the ice. And yeah, I think it's good. In 11th, I have the Devils. I love that. I heard that they were gonna. This is one I heard that they were gonna do the Kansas City Scouts. I almost said the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. No, the Kansas City Scouts. I knew they were gonna do that, and I think it looks really good. Seeing the result, I think that looks really good. I like it. I think the colors are awesome. I think it's just cool to see. I love it. I love it. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of when teams like last reverse retro, for instance, and then before when the Hurricanes did a Whalers thing. I don't like the Nordiques and the Whalers. I don't like when they kind of throw back to teams in other cities that they've been relocated to, um, and use that actual team's logo, like the Whalers logo and the Nordiques logo. And so here, I like what they did because they used the New Jersey Devils logo. I like that. I think that's good. I think that's the smart thing to do. I think that maybe the Hurricanes could have done that with the Whalers thing. I don't know. It's weird. I think it would have been worse with that, actually. I'm not a big fan of the Hurricanes bringing it back, especially as a reverse retro. Beforehand, maybe okay, but I still didn't like it that much. But it's true that now that I kind of think about it, it would have looked weird to have that Hurricanes logo on a Whalers thing. Whereas this one does work, so I don't know. But I like it. I like that they didn't use a Scouts logo. I like that they used the Devils logo, their own logo, and just the old colors to kind of throw it back. I like that they did this. I think it's good, and I think it looks good. I think it does. I don't think it looks too clowny, even though maybe it looks maybe a little bit clowny. I don't know, but yeah, yeah, I like it. I, I don't have much more to say. Let's just move on here. New York Rangers, number 10. Awesome. I like that they went with the lighter color, that they actually kind of did a reverse retro here, and they went with the lighter blue as the main background. I think that looks awesome. 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 Like, just really awesome. I think this might be one of the best Rangers jerseys that I've seen, to be honest. Uh, I'd love to see this come in as an alternate. They never do, though. They never really have come back, have they? There might have been somebody who reused their reverse retro in a different way. Actually, I feel like there was, but I can't think of it right now anyway. Honestly, I think the Florida Panthers really need that old reverse retro, that's for sure. That thing is my favorite jersey ever. The old Panthers reverse retro. That's just so good. But anyway, off topic. I really would love to see these come in as an alternate. I think these look so good. I think they look better with the lighter blue as the background color. And yeah, just all around really good. Awesome. This is so awesome to see. This is so awesome to see because again, I love that Rangers logo. I think that Rangers logo is one of the best logos there ever was. And so yeah, I just love it. I love it. 9, I have Washington Capitals, and what surprises me about this is I feel like I've seen this jersey a million times before, but I haven't. The Capitals never actually used the flying screaming eagle on their black jersey. It was the Capitol building, and then they also had the blue jersey with the screaming eagle. So this actually is legitimately a reverse retro. When I first saw this, I was thinking, oh, it's not really a reverse retro, is it? But it is. It totally is. It absolutely is. And I love it. I love it in so many ways. And again, I think the Caps should go back to this as their main jersey. Technically, it's not back to this because they haven't really used this before, but they should use this as their main jersey. They really should. They should. It's so good. It's so good. Ah. But yeah, I love them going back to their old colors here. The blue and kind of gold and I always called it blue and brown, but it kind of here looks more gold, and it probably is gold. I don't know. And black. Oh, like those colors are just so they seem so unique as well. And so I just love it. I think that they should totally go back to this. And I just don't like their Capital jerseys that they have right now. I think they're some of the worst in the league. They look nice enough, but it just says Capitals, right? That's all they have right now. So even if they change to that W logo, that W jersey, I mean, that looks all right with the monument kind of in the middle. But this is still, to me, the best of the Capitals. It really is the best logo. I think this is the best jersey. I think this is better than their other reverse retro where they had it in red, even though that looked amazing too. But yeah, I think this is the best that the Capitals can offer, and I would love to see them go back to this, which they probably won't, right? Like, wait a second. Are all the oh man, I remember saying for Philly that all the NHL logos are in red, but it looks like that's all of them. They all have that. Do they? Do they all have that? I guess we'll see it. I won't go back all the way back and look, but as I go on, I'll try and notice that more because even the Rangers have that, but it kind of works for them. Here I am saying, yeah, because that's not even a color there. Like red was not a color on the Kings one. Oh, that's interesting. Then see my initial thoughts that like I'm already processing. Like I know last time I first saw the reverse retros, the red caps was my favorite, and then as times went along and I actually did my ranking, the Florida Panthers one became my favorite. This is my initial thoughts. So my thoughts will probably change the more I see these, but it's just interesting noticing new details and new things. Number 8, this, oh, I love the brown in this. I love the brown in this jersey. I think it's awesome. Oh, I just love the color of this. It's so different. And yeah, the Coyotes bring this. They should bring this in as an alternate. The purple space coyote was fun, but this is legit. Just looks really good. And I know the desert at the bottom maybe is a little bit cartoons, but I love this. I think this could work as a really awesome alternate. I really think it could. Because obviously I would not suggest this become a home jersey because the Kachina is so good that they have right now. But yeah, this is awesome. I love the brown color on here. If it is brown, maybe I'm maybe maybe I have that wrong, but it looks brown to me. So yeah, I love it. I love this. Number 7, I got the Winnipeg Jets. I think this looks so good. Initially, when I saw this, I thought they could probably have put a little bit more red like they used to have in there, but no. The more I look at it, the more I think like this is good without the red. This looks so good. Man, I just keep looking at this. It's like ice cold, but it's got that old logo that I've been asking for forever that they haven't used yet since their return to Winnipeg. But oh, I just like looking at this. Anyway, I'll move on. But oh man, I just love it. Number 6, we have the Oilers. Love this. Love that they went back to this. Looks really good. Oilers cog. I'm not a huge fan of Oilers jerseys in general. My favorite Oilers jersey, well, maybe it's this now, I don't know. But the one that I really liked is the one that, the kind of like almost reddish one that they had when Connor McDavid got drafted. I liked that. And then when they went to Adidas, it changed. And it was kind of like, it just got worse. Like that burnt orange jersey, I think that's what they call it, burnt orange. That was the main color, and then the shoulders were blue, but there was a darker blue, it seemed like. I don't know, just when it was in Reebok, it was really good. When it was in Adidas, it was just looked really bad. And I never really liked, Oilers are my least favorite team, so who cares what I think, but in terms of what I in terms of what I think, I'm going to tell you anyway. In terms of what I think, I never really liked the old Oilers kind of like blue is the main one and the kind of like orange shoulders. But the ones that they went to this year, like I watched the Canucks against the Oilers, which was sad. Oh my goodness, Canucks, please play better. Like, please hold leads. Oh, I don't know if I'm looking forward to their next game against the Wild. I'm just like, maybe win, but only score at, one goal more than them at a time. Like, don't get a multi-goal lead, Canucks, please. Anyway. But when I saw their first game against the Oilers, the jerseys that the Oilers had actually looked really good. And so I think the shoulders look a bit more burnt than they used to be. And I don't know, I liked it. But anyway, back to this. Good stuff. I think this is an awesome jersey. I love that they went back to the cog. Just all around great. I think this looks better than the original cog jersey as well. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm still seeing that orange kind of NHL logo, so they must have done it for them all. Which will be weird when we get to Vancouver. I feel like that would look weird on there. I never noticed it before. But anyway, moving on to number 5, we have Montreal. Yeah, Montreal's looks so good, but now I'm just keep looking at those orange logos, and I'm like, what in the world? What are they doing? Why do they all have to have that orange logo? I know it's retro, but it looked good on Phillies. Anyway. Anyway. This jersey in general, though, the color, the blue, I love it. It almost seems like, I don't know, I didn't look at the year on the back of this one either, but it almost seems like it's a reverse retro of their last reverse retro. Although it's not, because then it would have to be red still. So it's not really, but it almost seems like that. It's just like a nice light blue. I like it. I don't know if it's really a reverse retro of something they've had before. I might be wrong about that, but I can't think of anything they've had where this would be a reverse retro. But it looks awesome. It looks so good. So yeah, this is up there. Number 4, I have my Vancouver Canucks. I think that this Johnny Canuck jersey looks really, really good, really classy. I'm not a huge fan of. I think it works for this, but I'm not a huge fan normally of. Yeah, I guess Bo Horvat's captain thing will have to be on the other side. Not a huge fan of the kind of numbers on the front. Normally not a fan of that, but yeah, it's good enough. It works. I gotta say, I do like it in general. I think it's a nice look, nice colors, nice kind of blue shade. And it's cool to see Johnny Canuck on a jersey that the Vancouver Canucks actually use, and Johnny Canuck's actually on the front, because I guess they did have him on the shoulder patch once. But yeah, like it a lot. At number 3, I have, I love this. Honestly, I think it should have a different logo, but I like that they use that logo as a primary logo in some ways. In some ways, I'm like, well, it's not really the Panthers, but it would have been nicer maybe with the actual Florida Panther old logo where he's jumping out. My favorite logo ever. But still, this looks just awesome. It's definitely Florida. It looks awesome. It's kind of a reverse of their old stuff. So, yeah, I love it. And I love the color. I love the blue on here. I think the blue looks so good. You see it obviously not as well on the actual reverse retro model, but on Barkey here, Barkey I'm pretty sure is my favorite player in the NHL right now. I love Barkey. He's just awesome. Anyway, seeing the jersey on him, you can see a lot better what kind of color it will be. And so I just think, yeah, I like the color. I like the bright blue. I think it looks awesome. And so there's 2 left, and number 1 is the best thing I've ever seen in my life, almost. And number 2, though, I have Pittsburgh. This is also one of the best things. I think Pittsburgh nailed it. I think they knocked it right out of the park. Robo Penguins are those jerseys are my favorite jerseys ever for Pittsburgh. I love them. I do love the one where it's got that weird stripe that kind of fades around. But the yellow jersey that they reversed this on is so good too, and I just love seeing that logo, love seeing those colors, think it looks amazing. Might make me actually want to cheer for the Penguins a little bit more. We'll see, I don't know. But oh, do those ever look good. I know they'll never do it, but I think that those should be the white version of this that they used to have should be their main away jersey, and then the black version that they used to have should be the home jersey. I think they had it right in the late 90s. But Yeah, just love this. And then number one, this is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. Whenever I played NHL 2002 and I saw this jersey, I just thought it was the best thing ever. I thought it was awesome. I know everyone thinks it's so cartoony and just crazy weird, but I love it so much. And the fact that they did a reverse retro of it is awesome. This Tampa Bay Lightning jersey. Look at the numbers. They're so awesome. They're so good. And they got the lightning on the side. It's just so over the top, but it looks so good. And they don't have a weird, like, odd stripe line thing to cover the waves. Like, Calgary, could you not have done better with that? But anyway, love it so much. Again, it looks a little weird to have that orange NHL logo on there, but that's every jersey. That is so weird. I'm not a fan that they made them do that, actually. I know it's reverse retro, so they like the retro logo, but it looked good on the Flyers, and now I just didn't notice it till now. But anyway, I need to stop talking about that because this is the best logo, or the best. It's the best Lightning logo. I think that's the best Lightning logo, but it's the best jersey. Oh, in this Reverse Retro 2.0 series. This is so good. And I don't care. I don't care if, like, people hate this thing because it's just way too much. I just love it. I think it's the absolute best thing ever. And I, I just am excited to see them wear this. I think it's so good. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And yeah, that's my whole spiel about my initial thoughts of the reverse retros and ranking them. Anyway, yeah.